fortunately, I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I'm still alive. So your first, concept should be something positive, and so everything else, you have to worry about is, secondary. So that's Tashi prayer is written by the famous Imam Master Nippon Rinpoche, and so we can chant that prayer first. So before that, of course, we pray for all and the long life of all Christians, Kamapa, all the great masters, and also for all sentient beings, especially Sefredo, Molina, and if anybody has prayer request, you can, say the people's name, or someone deceased, or someone is, going through difficulties. You can pronounce those so we can include those people in our prayer. All right, so I guess we we can start now, and let's see.
Lamala,
Hmm.
I request please my family included in the prayers.
Yeah, please pray for Max and his family.
Thank you.
Oh, no, nonda, ranje, lenda, de, traje, chuje, jena, yubai, sanje, judon, gendin, babe, jo, kalan, chancha, dajan, traje, demi, jabo, zade, dendro, gon, jamba, jemba, geda, padam, Kola gomba jajre draba lembo daraba zadra badan senje tanje la gon drabe ba yisan zepa tsara trapala tenzon dube traje bombe wa devra sheba jela chanza lo jambala jena paden doje chenre zewon gambo jambe saye nyembo drupa nombra ze nange nyembo panjo gando upa doje pegra leje do nova dawara dhenye maya sanze lena traje paje Changja Zamba Jela Zanza Lo Rinjin Dunjo Tashi Seje Denjo Bonzo Yeon Kama La Nyendra Danzo Babe Najan Wanjara Golo De Rinjin Danjo Jija Changja Choda Jawa Jeje Jije Gizo Ngowa Tembe Bambe Traje Lamo Jila Tanza Zomba Jimbo Denjo Zemeba Medon Denon Jabo Yangro Baji Bodon Lewon Meme Nondu Zede La De Golo Don Treasure La Don 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 Doje Pewan Raje Jede Sazam neze gele daje be jete jawa jela zanda lo daja dendra zawa zamba gidan yewa zewa ganje ne dedan babe samdan ye taje dele pozon zoba And then next is the seven-line prayer of Guru Rinpoche, and this whole commentary about each of the syllables, I mean each of the sentence, etc. But mainly Guru Rinpoche was you can almost say the founder of Tibetan Buddhism in the 8th century. When Guru Rinpoche came to, invited by the Tibetan king Chisung Detsen, he invited two masters from India. One is the abbot Bodhisattva uh, Shantarachita and the uh, great master Guru Pema Sambhava or Guru Pema Juni. And So Guru Rinpoche basically tamed all the matters and manifest his teachings, and he hide his teachings on mountains or in the water and caves and everywhere. And then later, all these treasure founders, the great masters that Guru Rinpoche predicted and discovered all these prayers. That's why there are so many treasure, uh, uh, you know, uh, treasure prayers or sadhanas that was hidden by Guru Rinpoche. And so especially the seven-line prayer is considered very profound, especially this kind of condition with all this agitation, or let's say elements, agitation such as fire, destruction, the water, all these floods, and seven-line prayer considered very profound. So we will do seven-line prayer 3 times, and then probably have the recitation of Guru Rinpoche's mantra, and we can chant that, Amala. Oh, Jaya Jaya Za Dema Geza Dom Bola Yang Zhen Chogin Ngo Nye Dema June Je Sundra Koda Kandu Mo Shiji Jiza La Droji Tanja La Zaji Guru Dhamma O Jaya Jano Da Za Dhamma Gaza Dhamma Yang Jogin Ngo Nye Pema June Je Koda Gandro Mo Bo Je 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 Da Je Tenje La Je Guru Ma De O Jaya Jano Da Da De Mange Sa Do Yonzen Jogen Ngo Do Nye Pe Manju Ne Che Sa Koda Kandro Mo Bo Che Je Sa Da Change La Je Guru Ma Om De Guru De Ma So next is 21 Tara prayers, and Tara is known as in Tibetan Lama, means the liberator of fear, and we all going through this, especially this pandemic. I think when people come out of pandemic, and it seems like we all experienced this fear, which very easy to connect with anger, depression, and Tara is a very special practice that would dispel or remove or transform our fear into liberation. Just like the bell or the echo. When I in the chanting, end of the chanting, when I play bell, and if you just simply aware that sound, it's very loud at the beginning, but slowly descends or slowly dissolve into quietness. And if you continue play the bell, it's just sound continues, just like if we continue react with our emotions or thoughts, then there will never be any end of it. But if you are aware your concepts or fears or depression, whatever you're going through, and and simply are aware without analyzing or without labeling, and then they themselves dissolve into just like that sound. So that is way of meditation. But Tara is very special practice, and my teacher Kemurumati used to talk about, like, especially for female practitioners should consider Tara as deity or special practice is very effective. And excuse me. So, based on my own stories, I often talk about my stories. I used to, after Tandra Litany, and my mom used to talk about reset Tara prayer. I used to do that, which really affects and, never experienced the Tandra Lightning coming towards me when I was little, was a shepherd on the mountain. So I have so much, you know, um, confidence in Tara. Mm. And so Tara, prayer is extremely important. Tara means, liberator. So we will be doing 21 Tara prayers using the melody that composed by His Holiness Sabantin Jawan Kamapa, especially emphasizing or praying that, may all those destructions from the four elements, which is, very severe damage, fire, flood, water, etc. So we pray everything be pacified. Om je ma tama drama la chan za la chan za drama nye ma ba ma chen ge je la ba dra je te sang ge je ja je ke sa je wa le ne chong Sansa denga da wakanda kwa jane zebesha kama dandra zoba nanje rade chewe veramba Sansa sengo chene je je de me zane nambraje Jamba Jandra Gandu Java Zaba Sande Jayan Tanzan de Jeshib Jundra Taye Nambra Javaja Malambaro Chemba Dobre Jave Jeshandande Sansan du dara oye de don do da na ga de den den bo sha je ne de la ba me brang ban Sansan ja de me la san ba la la na jo je Yamboro Londra Nanda Neje Zoje Nende Sanjan Deje Sanjan Deje Paro Jangoira Janja Yekaya Jojo Nende Membandra Bajandamba Tanzan de Jebo 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 no Branja Jeje Jana Donye Dende Dao Da Jema Luze Sanja Ganjo Sanja Janja Somonto Grana Braje Malo George Golo Jembe Range Je Jonondo Sanzara de Gave Jembe Oje Je Devade Jebara Je Tudara Ye Dedon Je Devade Santa Saya Jawa Zona Tanya Gobrana Manye Tanya Yove Yege Onge Pomba Tanya Nambrada Sanzanda Vetamba Jamba Danje Jandamba Rabinjene Vipamile Tama Jandavera Sanzaga Bedame Midraba Jave Unani Jaya Gagane Goga Daya Bone Nambranja Tanza Zaya Ngula Zage Dejene Jeja Jeda Konye Jende Yege Wange Remba Dembo Nalege Taza de mage maje manyane de je sawa wando yondo de ba je bonya banye taza gane gora gave daelo ne radenge Yege jebo ngone gugere ba ngone domanye Tanza dere jana doge honge nambe zavanye Era mendara dombe jede zana yovanye Tanzala yezo ye nambe rela da je zanana Taranye je beje ye tono male banese Tanzala yezo manja bola dome wanje Ane goja gave juja tendo malange baze Tanzanya madave jemba chenye bola yeroza Aranye jedu daraye Kende drabara nezema Tanza denye sonda gube Shiva dada yanda de Yandara la nije zona Jamba dere ranjoni Save ngaje di bande Tanza Nijadanje amandare dare dare zo dare 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 zo dare 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 zo dare 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 zo Dare do dare dure 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 zo dare dure 3 minutes meditation. Meditation means become familiar, or also acceptance of your accepting whatever you are feeling. Sometimes we feel very bad or depressed, or fear doesn't always mean bad, because that's the time you have very strong reaction, so you can it reminds us to relax, and simply resting or accepting that feeling, and become familiar means that once you uh, let's say become accustomed to it, once you uh, accept, once you uh, know how to relax, and then you become familiar and you become more accustomed to it. So uh, you feel more confidence. And this familiar is also referred to negative feelings as well. Sometimes if you constantly let negative feelings control it, so you are habitually very familiar with negative feeling, and so you kind of always without choice drove or pulled into that negative feelings, then you don't kind of stuck in there. So become accustomed to that's called habitual pattern. We are so accustomed to lose all our precious time into that negative feeling, and then it seems like we are kind of stuck in it and not able to transform or come out of it. So that's why meditation, with acceptance, without shocking, without making big deal, and simply accepting those feelings. And so when you accept your feelings, or accept your or thoughts, or accept your fears, they are not then the thoughts you are experiencing not panic. They won't just attack you, so they simply become friend, and then they are used to with your. They also want to have comfortable feeling with you, which means that if we right away attack them or react something negative, then they also react negative back. So it's important for us to accept whatever feeling we experience, whether it's joyful or painful or depressed or fear. And once you become accustomed to it, then you feel more have more confidence. So we can simply rest and simply accept whatever feelings you are going through or will occur, or simply rest in that very presence, without hindrance, or without annoying, simply accepting the feeling. All right, I'm not able to maintain my own quietness. I feel like maybe it's already 7 minutes. So if you have any questions, then after we questions, we can do the dedication prayer.
Namakama is
Namakama?
the. Oh, sorry. You
Sorry.
go ahead. You go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just wondering, I've never thought of this. Is there any significance to the number 21 in the 21 praises of Tara and the number itself?
It does actually, because the 21 Tara presses, 21 Taras are particularly connected with the overcoming, like 21, more like a gross or very, powerful negative emotions, including fear or other disasters. So, it's 21. It's kind of significant number, equivalent to those 21 distractions or afflictive emotions. And I don't have all this list here, but absolutely.
I also wanted to ask about the 21 Tara prayer. Is
Mhm.
that one of Guru Rinpoche's treasures? The prayer, or does it come from somewhere else?
The 21 Torah prayers come from actually Buddha's teaching. There's a we call this one was come from Buddha and as one of the tantric practice, tantric not sutra, tantric text or teaching. And so there's of course that particular one is, I say, like Buddha Berotana's teaching, but also like it's originally taught by Buddha himself. So it's actually come from treasure. It's come from sutra or tantra, basically tantra. There is known as uh, the root tantra of Buddha Berotana.
Mhm. And if I may
Child,
ask,
you look like in a moon. Charles, I mean, look at him. I think he's already in different.
That's how everybody got these backgrounds. That's why Lisa is in such a splendid sight with the mountains in the background, and that's why
No,
Wendy is. That's
Lisa,
how.
Lisa is not blind. Lisa is, raising horses there, horseborn. That is just horseborn.
You're in
Yeah.
space. You're in orbit.
Well, that's how Wendy got in Kathmandu.
You are looking from that moon like the third come up around Doji appear in the moon.
I should
feel
take
like
these
when I
pictures.
when I was doing prayer, I feel like I'm praying to you. I don't take it seriously.
He's floating around in space.
Yeah.
I'm going to take those pictures down, definitely. That's it. Then I will be in the moon.
Yeah.
I can't see. Oh, okay. Or either you're stuck in a window. Don't know how to.
Pamela, I have a
I'm
question.
the man in the moon.
Yes, please.
I have a question. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. So there's so many different melodies for all the different, I've heard so many different melodies for Tashi and 21 praises, but what's the deal with that? Where do all the different melodies come from, and are certain traditions doing different You know what I'm trying to say? There's.
I do. It's like the example is like we have a way to express our emotion in verbally, right? And like little child, when he or she kind of a distance or just miss their parents, or I have to say parents, mother, and they just either cry or just shout, and they just trying to call the mother because they are desperate to see her. Likewise, melody-based inspiration. This melody, for example, like there's a melody for these melodies composed by his own come up. I heard that each of those melodies have a different name, but I don't know what's the name of the melody that we used for Tara prayer. But there's also a melody for Janasa practice, which written, which was composed by His Holiness, and he composed that in a Varanasi, where Buddha turned the world of Dhamma, and this was a request by Tangu Monastery or something, or maybe he just, I don't remember exact story, he maybe spontaneously came about it, known as the Don Mich, means the teardrop or the tears of Dunwamo, means like really desperate or like devotion or such inspiration. And yeah, these melodies have its own significance. And when sometimes like you feel very discouraged or something, when you begin to chant with the melody, you feel quite inspired. And so all of this definitely have its own significance.
Thank you. That makes sense.
Yeah. Welcome.
Lamala, is there still treasures being revealed from Guru Rinpoche, or is it like, or when was the last time this happened? Is it still happening, or?
Absolutely. I think according to Guru Papa, see, there are a lot to discover. It's not over yet, and I think presently, I normally hear that some of the great masters, current great masters in Tibet, or Tibetans able to found special treasures and such, because treasure is in various, sometimes like earth treasure, sometimes sky treasure, sometimes like water treasure. All kind of treasures, and I think it's still happening, and even though we don't really see right away, but I think there are still a lot to discover. So you have time. You can.
What do you mean a water treasure? How can there be a water treasure?
They call Satir, Chitir, Dotir, the stone treasure, water treasure, there's earth treasure, and there's sky treasure. Well, these great masters, like for example, like sky treasure. What does sky treasure basically means? The masters able to see the syllables in inner space, or like maybe all of a sudden there's a text dropped, or small scripts, and masters able to catch that. And sometimes they could see the whole sutra, or the whatever sadhana that would be in the water, like a reflection of water. So it's called water treasure. So it's not like a physical. Sometimes they appear.
Oh! It appears in the water.
Yeah.
Wow.
And wasn't there one actually in one of the stories? Wasn't there one which was actually in a lake, very deep? somebody
Yeah,
cut it as
but
well?
there was stories, for example, like during the time of the 14th Kamapa, and at that time, the Yongin Mingyur Rinpoche was the 13th. Like each Kamapa incarnation has a special treasure founder. And so the 14th Kamapa sent two monks to find Yongin Mingyur Rinpoche in Tibet. And so the two monks, had some kadas or offerings and went to see, went to, it has a letter as well, went to see the Mingyur Rinpoche, the first Yongin Mingyur Rinpoche. And when they reached to his place, and it was early in the morning, and Yongin Mingyur Rinpoche was, he was wearing this Tibetan kind of, clothes. I didn't have any like shirts, he was just busy with herding, like going after yaks, because every morning, as a nomad, you take the yaks on mountain. And then these two monks went there and showed the letter that sent by his Holiness the 14th Kamapa. And when he when he saw the letter, and he said, "This Kamapa will never let me stay," and he jumped in a lake. He jumped in the lake. He just dropped his clothes. He just jumped in the water. And those two monks so terrified. Well, what did we do? And they just, went to his consort, told him, "Oh, no, I'm really sorry that we just did this." And he jumped in the water. The consort laughed. Yeah, he does these crazy things. And then, then maybe for a while he just came out. He came out. He had some like copper covered something like material. I was saying that because they just thought that he's just disappeared, and they brought his clothes. He said, "Where's my clothes? Bring my clothes here." So when he came out, he has with a black face. His face become black because of when he found the treasure. It's called water treasure. Also one of the water treasure under the water, and they took out, and then you're supposed not to look back, but when he looked back, because he was, kind of a little affected by some of the dakinis. So, but that was one of the treasure, like known as Trole Sambuma, means the wrathful Guru Rinpoche practice of the copper, inside the copper treasure, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Charles, I know you are on moon, so you are moving your lips, but it doesn't have sounds. Maybe.
Okay, so you said he was not supposed to look back.
Mhm.
What was that in reference to? What was he not supposed to look back at?
What happened?
Generally, when you go into water, and then sometimes there's we call kandro tata, means Dakin is silk road. So they seem like something, put in water, and he kind of walk on that. And so when he comes up, the Dakin is behind him, kind of, just what do you say, wrapping up.
Mm-hmm.
So when he looked back, because they are wrapping up very fast, he kind of, lost his control, and a little bit of your feet got there's something like that, but I don't really know exactly. So there's some kind of story. He shouldn't look back. It's simply because Dakin is kind of wrapping up his silk rope or something.
Mm-hmm.
Lama Karma, can I share a story of visiting Lake Rewalsar?
Please, yes.
My daughter and I went to this wonderful lake. If I understand correctly, this is where Guru Rinpoche was actually being burned alive and turned the fire into a huge lake. And this is where the beautiful Lake Rewalsar stands. Is that correct? Is that
Where
the
is
correct
it?
Lake Rewalsar in India, in the Himalayas? Great Wall.
Yeah.
There's a large Kagyu center with a very large statue of Guru Rinpoche on the mountain.
Is this the Lotus Lake?
Lotus Lake, yes.
Lotus Lake, yeah.
So
Mhm.
I bent over to scoop the water and to bless myself, just give myself the blessing of the water. And I stepped onto what I thought was the stone, but it was 2 inches of water that was coating over the stone, and it was very slippery, and my foot went up in the air and I went flying just head face right into the water.
Oh my, wow.
And I felt like Guru Rinpoche had just grabbed me and pulled me in. Well, I came out immediately, of course, but if you've ever been there, it smells like a swamp.
Yeah.
And
wow.
so we had this 2-3 hour drive back to Dharamsala where we were staying. And I told my daughter, don't tell the taxi driver what happened. But I smelled like a swamp. So when we got in the car, I saw him jerk. Like, oh my God, what is that smell?
So
of course,
your face didn't get dark but whiter.
By the time we got back, it was all dried out.
Ambrosia Lake for the realized ones. We probably see a swamp,
Yes, for me it was a swamp.
Well, you are right. Actually, there. I think I've been there before, and sometimes like people, sometimes make a lot of offerings for the lake, right? So it's
Yes.
turns into that kind of a swamp kind of smell.
Well, I'm sure I did ask Khenpo Karthar Rinpoche once about perception, and that he did confirm that in the room with us there were beings experiencing a hell realm and beings experiencing the more blissful stages, and that they had the same experiences were presented to them, but how their own perceptions read the experiences was dependent upon their karma. And I found his response very fascinating. Yeah,
exactly. And I think Rinpoche related to that question, when Rinpoche named the karma line, we have columbarium. He named Dedin Shen, means the Amitabha's Puron. And, I myself, is that really too good about the name? Sometimes if you are too close to the Guru, you kind of could judge, I was like, I think it's Dedin Shen is like, actually Amitabha's Puron. He said, well, if you have a pure perception, Amitabha's Puron is everywhere. And I was right there, I was kind of shut down.
Well, I did feel like this was a tremendous blessing, but
yeah, that sounds like really. I mean, you probably better if I was thrown like this. Probably I'd be, gone to somewhere because I don't know how to swim. Was it very deep?
Not the area I fell into. It was only 2 or 3 feet. And I was in and out in a flash because it was so surprising.
Yeah.
Yes, I should have done that. I should have actually tried to go swimming, but I thought that was probably inappropriate.
That's like
Thank you.
I can see there's a text message. I'm losing some connection. Thank you, Lama, for practicing with us this eve. No, she's on vacation. She's gone.
Yeah, we lost
Lama
Jody, I think.
Oh, sorry.
Yes,
go ahead. Go ahead.
What I was trying to ask earlier was, now now I forgot. Oh, why are they hidden? Is it to protect the teachings? Is it a sort of way of testing people? So why were the different termas hidden to begin with?
Basically, like Guru Rinpoche or such master, they could see when these teachings could be more beneficial. When is the appropriate time? And they always, like in the treasures, they have this list of names of the treasure founders. For example, like one treasure will discover after 300 years. So there are certain teachings doesn't, if they all, if you don't hide, if it's everything come out, doesn't benefit. So these masters basically hide based on the appropriate time and the appropriate disciple. Right, disciple.
Any more questions, anyone?
You guys over there is pretty not that late. Here is a little bit late, but as I mentioned, I go to bed pretty late, so no problem if you have any other questions. And if not, we can do the dedication prayer.
Let's do dedication.
All right, so let's do the dedicate the merit of today's session for the benefit of all sentient beings, especially for what's his name? What's his name? So Pedro Molina and Max family, and also all the victims from flood in Germany, and also all the animals who are dying from the fire burning, and may the new like Delta variant will be pacified, pandemic will be pacified, and may all beings free from suffering and the cause of suffering. May all beings have happiness and cause of happiness and eventually achieve enlightenment. By this merit, may all unseen emanations may defeat the enemy wrongdoing from the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, from the ocean of samsara. May I free all beings. May I free all beings. May I free all beings. Come on, Bhajana, come on, Bhajana. Come on, Bhajana, come on, Bhajana, come on, Bhajana, come on, Bhajana, come on, Bhajana. Tujiche, thank you everybody for coming for this puja from Kathmandu, from desert.